Good morning, everybody. It's Christina from the YMCA East Hampton Rec Center. I hope you guys are awesome. Super excited for this video today. We have just one more minute before we get started and rocking and rolling so people can join us. This class today, we're going to put a focus on our core and our stretching. So if you took the classes already this morning or you did other activities, this will be great to do. If you did watch Brittany this morning, in my defense, we did not coordinate our clothing attire. I was wearing this before her video, but I guess that just goes to show how us fitness folks are usually on the same wavelength when we get rocking. So with that being said, before you start any exercise program, it is really important that you seek medical attention before you get rock and rolling, just to make sure that you are fully cleared. With that being said, my cues today will be pretty general because I can't see you per se, which means you have to really listen to your body. If it doesn't feel right, if it bothers you, if it hurts you, do not do it. It's very important that you're listening to exactly how your body is feeling. I'm going to give modifications as we get through this, so it's important that you listen to those modifications and again do what's right for you. Today's core exercise is going to put some strain on your back as we focus on that. Oh, look at all those parts. As we focus on the front of our body. So if you have a herniation or you know of a back problem, please listen and please follow through my modifications as we go through. So super excited to get going. If you're watching this live or watching this later, let's start it as we go. So we're going to begin in a plank position, everybody's favorite, I know. So I'm going to turn in multiple directions so you can kind of see me. Let's take your elbow, place it right underneath your shoulder. Modification is to stay on your knees. The full extension is you lift your knees up. So from my lateral, my elbows are stacked right underneath. We naturally want to lift the booty, try and bring it, tuck it under, take your gaze slightly in front of your body, and then begin to pull those elbows back. We're gonna hold this for 30 seconds. I promise I started the clock right when we got going, but I'm gonna talk you through it. It is great to shake. I'm shaking out of the gate. Relax those shoulders, lift that chest, hold it. We got a little bit more before we get going. We're gonna flip over in 3, 2, great work. Okay, go on over. Let's work the glutes and our lower back. It's really important that our core, we balance on both sides. So we're gonna do a bridge. Take your feet straight, hips option. If you have a milk carton, paint bucket, place any weight you want on top of your torso or no weight at all. Let's lift the booty all the way up. So you're gonna lift up through your hips. Go ahead and drop yourself back down. If you notice, I am not looking at you and I hope you're not looking at me. Your gaze should be straight up to the sky. You're at home, so you can go ahead and analyze another paint job that you might have to get done. That's fine. Lift those glutes all the way up, release back down. So I'm gonna do 10. If you're going a little faster than me, a little slower than me, that's absolutely fine. This is really about getting the exercises in, getting ourselves going, getting that heart rate up. We got 2 more. Lift all the way through those hips last time. Great work. Let's flip back over into that plank. So taking a modification, that was great for you. So is it better for you to keep the knees down, lift your chest, rise all the way up, or is it right for you to be on those toes? Gaze is up, hips are tucked underneath, elbows begin to pull back to the toes to really feel it through the upper. We don't want to look down. If you're looking at me, you can see how much that makes me begin to round my upper back. We want to keep that gaze up, extend all the way through. You are more than halfway there on this 30-second hold. I'm not going to count down because I know if I begin to count down, you guys will stop before I tell you to. Done. All right, come on back over. Let's get into those bridge position. Remembering the option, weight or no weight. Feet, this time, bring them a little closer to your butt if you can. Make sure those knees are locking straight up. Lift the hips all the way to the sky, lower back down. What I want you to focus on is driving through those heels and pushing the hips all the way up and through. Lift through and squeeze the glutes at the top. Big focus on this, and why we do it when we're working through our core is we want a flat stomach, right? We don't want any big protrusions to the front. We always want that flat stomach. Super important with having those strong glutes. Last time, ladies and gents, you're amazing. Come on over. Last in that front plank. So, taking the elbows right underneath the hips, gaze out in front, squeeze back in. I got the timer. I promise I won't make you go any longer than we have to. Can you pull those elbows back a little bit further? Can you lift your chest a little bit higher? What's going on in that booty? Is it lifting higher and higher and higher? Can you tuck it under a little bit more? Know your modification. Drop to your knees if it's better for you. You only have 10 seconds, but I promise I'm not going to count down. I don't want anybody to stop until you get to the end. Shake, shake, shake. It's all okay. You are done. Last time with these straight bridges. So come on over. So I want you to also keep in mind, my pace might not be the right pace for you. So I'm going right into those hip bridges. Lift your hips all the way up. At any time, you need to take a break. Maybe today you're just checking out what the madness is that the Y has to offer you, and you're just gonna observe that for a little while. That's absolutely fine. These videos will make their way to YouTube. They'll also be here on our Facebook page. So at any time you want, you could just come on back here, check it out and look at it. Last one, lift all the way through, and you're done. Great job. If you got weight, get rid of it. So I'm gonna put a little bit extra into those inner muscles of our core. We're gonna do a V hold. I'm gonna give you a lot of modifications to get there, so stop when I get to the one that's right for you. First thing, feet are down on the ground. Create a upside down V with your knees. Hands come behind us to brace us, and then create the second V right at your hip structure. Straight and flat back. So if you're here, that's gonna hurt later. Open the chest, hands stay down. If you're ready for a harder move, lift the feet up. So it's not as much as a strong V at the knee, but I'm still in a strong V at my torso. Level 3 or 4. Release your arms if you want to. Option, lift the legs, and option to lift the arms. So we're gonna find a 30-second hold. We're already halfway done with it. Listen to your body, right? I gave a lot of options on where you might wanna be. 3, 2, release down. Going back into those bridges, we're doing a bunch of glutes and core work for our lower back. This time, take your toes in to touch each other. Heels go out. Let me make sure I turn this way so you can see me, right? Toes are touching, heels are out. I come down, knees together, lift the hips. 10, 9, 8, 7. If you want that weight, it's right on your hips. 6, 5, gazes up at the sky. 4, 3, 2, back to that V hold. What do you got? What's the variation that's right for you? Are your feet down? Go. So wherever you're at, whatever is the right modification for you, know your choices, know where you're at, and we're drawing the belly button up and in like there's a zipper that's pulling to the top. If you're finding your back starting to round, come higher through the chest and keep your hands down. It's a great way to support your lower back, but still get that burning through it. You only have 5 seconds left to go. And let's come on down. So, second round of toe in hip bridges. Weight if you want it, toes in, knees in, and go. Lifting up, we got 10 here. So what I want you to focus now is where do you feel this versus where you felt it when we were doing the straight bridges. So is it a little bit more on the outside of your glutes? Is it a little bit more in your inner thigh? Can you really push through the heel? Give me one more for extra. Good news, we have one more V up. That's all we got. One more V hold. So find it. If you're trying to challenge yourself into that balance of where you want to feel it in on the sit bones, you can hold your legs. My suggestion is not to, because if we begin to pull it, you want to usually round. I promise I got the kind. I'm paying attention. If you're holding this and she's screaming and shouting and shaking, this is great. You're almost there, I promise. 6 packs are in. You're lucky you missed that spring break, but we have a few more weeks before the summer hits. And we have 5 more seconds. Last round, feet together, knees together. We'll wait on the hips if you want it. Let's get it up. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, great work. All right. So now we're going to head into more of our the upper portion of your abs. We're going to work the 2 top packs. So level 1, fingers behind your hips, fingers at your temples. Let's do crunches. Tuck your chin, come all the way up. Level 2, if you want, come a little higher. Level 3, it's a full sit-up. Level 4, we're holding on to something and we come up and we push through. All right, you ready? We got 10. Pick your modification and what's right for you. Let's go. If you have a sensitive lower back, it's important that you're listening to your body. Notice I'm not looking at you. I'm keeping my head and my neck straight and in alignment with where I am moving. We got 5 more to go. If this begins to bother your lower back, my suggestion at first is to lift your legs up. 2 more. 1 more. All right, I know you thought you were done with bridges, but you got 1 more variation to go. Heels together, toes out, knees out. Weight, if you want it, is on your hips. Heels together, toes out, knees out, butt up. 1, 2, where do you feel this? 3, gaze and the neck alignment is still there. 2 more, 1 more. All right, let's head back. You're either crunching, sit-ups, a little higher through the crunch, or a full plate press. Ready to go? Let's do it. If you are coming all the way up, the goal is to keep your feet down against the ground. That takes a lot of engagement through your lower abs. You really gotta push those down at the same time you come up, all while squeezing your stomach in. If you're finding your neck is beginning to bother you, if your hands are behind your head, relax that grip. You got 1 more. All right, let's head back to those bridges. Feet out, hips out. I'm sorry, feet out, knees out, hips up. 1, 2, I feel like I'm moving out of frame. 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Great work. All right, last round. Feet forward, all the way up. Let's go. 1. Woo, see my feet came up on that one. So if you're at home, if you could stick your feet underneath the couch, that'll give you some coming up. Maybe you have a dog or a toddler that you can get to sit on those too. We got to use what we got. Use those resources, use those partners. We got 3 more. 3, 2, last time. All right, bridges, feet out, knees out, hips to the sky. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Great work. All right, last ab exercise before we get our stretch in. So I'm gonna do a reverse crunch. My focus for this is to really gain and get access to the lower core. So my moms out there, if you've had a C-section, this is very difficult for you to feel. I know that, but you have to focus more on the feeling of it than the motion. So it's not right for you to push through this. If you have numbness in that area, this is not the exercise that's best for you. Do more of a modification. I'm gonna go through those modifications. If you have a herniation through your upper back, so maybe crunches feel fine because it's not through your lower, but If you have one in your upper back, you also need to listen to your body when doing these and only go so far. Level 1, our hands are down to our side. Advanced level, your hands go up and the palms stay attached to the ground the entire time. It is very difficult to do. They're relaxed, they're dead weight. So level 1, you're going to use them. Level 2, they're here because you're taking them out of the equation and not using them. Pick the variation that's right for you. What we're going to do is pull the knees in and lift the bottom up. So level 1, that's all you're doing is you're lifting the bottom up. Level 2, what I want you to focus on is the knee all the way to the shoulder, but your head never comes off the ground. And level 4, 5, at this point, you're gonna come and try and push all the way through. So remember, when it comes to the hands, hands go down or overhead. This is the hardest. This one you're gonna use as somewhat of leverage. You're only gonna come up a little bit or you're gonna come all the way through. Are we ready? Let's hit 10. We got 1, 2. What I'm focusing on is knees coming into my chest and my butt coming off the ground. If you're finding that you're rocking with your upper body, stop your range of motion. Keep your upper body connected to the ground. 4, 3, 2, hug your knees into your chest, relax. Let it go, just relax. So we're gonna do 2 more sets of that. If you're finding this is way too much for you and that is not right for you, you could do a crunch with your feet in a butterfly position and just reaching in and out. That's a great place to be. So a few more seconds through the relaxing. 2 more rounds. Pick your variation. In 3, 2, get it. 1, 2, 3. Remember, the upper body is staying connected to the mat. And I also don't need you to be swinging through the feet. That's not the momentum I want. I want the momentum to come from the lower. You're squeezing and pulling in. If you notice when I move, my torso doesn't like that very much. It becomes very difficult to do that. So keep your positioning. Last time, hug your knees into your chest. Ladies and gents, we got 1 more round. So it's somewhat easier to get through this motion by relaxing your core. My challenge for you is do not let it go. My challenge for you is to squeeze your stomach in as hard as you can and make your abs do all the work. Doesn't matter if you're doing this range of motion and just getting through the exercises. Nobody else is there right now. This is you. This is your body. These are your goals. So do what's the best form and the more engagement you can get out of you right now. We ready to go? Find your position, get it in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What's your focus right now? 6, 7, 8, 9. You're done. Hug them in. Release side to side. All right, you deserve it. Let's get a torso twist. Take your hands out to your side. Relax your knees to a side, doesn't matter which one. Take your gaze over the opposing side. So you can target different areas in your lower back with your top knee. So you can pull it higher or you can release it lower. You can straighten out your leg. You're gonna feel it in different areas through your back. Keeping your gaze over, relax those shoulders down and away. Awesome work. Go ahead, flip-flop sides. Take your knees to the other side. Same thing. Go ahead and look over the other shoulder. Relax the shoulders down. Great moments like these. Can you go a little further on one side or the other? My ladies out there, we usually like to hold our pocketbook, our child on one side, so this is always good to feel. Nothing against you gentlemen. If you carry pocketbooks around with you, you probably do the same thing. All right, let's roll over. Let's find ourselves in a child's pose position. So we're gonna take our knees either wide or underneath our hips and our hands out in front of us. Release your glutes and your sit bones down towards your heels. It might not go all the way, that's fine. Relax your head and your neck, and what I want you to focus on is walking your fingers out in front of you. So we're reaching those fingers out in front, we're relaxing our head. I want you to feel full extension through your upper back. So for me, I like to tent my fingers. You don't have to do that, but I want you to pull really hard with your upper body. Now relax your upper body and just melt. Take deep breaths. Allow your breath to just relax around your thighs. If your hips are not touching your feet, that does not matter. Great work. Let's do our hurdle stretch. Let's go ahead and take one foot, your knee in. Go ahead, have a seat. So we're not doing a pigeon for my yogis. We're doing more of a stretch. Shin in the front is a little bit more parallel. We're sitting back on the glute. The other leg is relaxed out to the side. And then we're going to begin to bow forward. Similar to pigeon, I'm going to begin squaring off my shoulders and be squaring off my hips. Doesn't matter if you have the same foot or me, doesn't matter. We're going to do both sides. But I'm sitting square through my hips and releasing down. So you can feel this in multiple spots, but the main two that you're going to feel this in is the glute on the front and possibly the hip on the back. So you might feel in other areas, that's absolutely fine. It's great. Release down a little bit further if you have it available to you and that doesn't bother your knees. Nice job. Come on up. Take that front foot. Again, doesn't matter which one. Come to one knee. Begin to move your body weight forward to elongate that front hip. The foot that's in the back, lift your arm up. We're reaching up through our arm, creating a stretch through the back hip. So it's not about your front knee, it's all about this back hip. We're reaching up. Now let's go ahead and find a twist. Take that front leg to the front knee, look over the shoulder. Option to stay here if you have balance concerns, knee concerns, hip concerns, stay here. Folks that want to go a little further, you can bend your back foot and get a quad stretch involved. So you're bending the back foot. Notice my torso is up straight, I'm not bending forward. So many things going on here. You could be holding onto your foot. You can be in a straight position or in a twisted position. Whatever you choose, let's hold for 10 more seconds. Really putting a focus on whichever area you feel this in. Let it go. Go ahead, release that front leg back down. Somewhat of a child's pose position. Take the other leg forward. Let's find that hurdle stretch. Shin comes up. We sit on that back hip. Lift up, release forward. So we're square through our shoulders. We're square through our hips. We're bowing forward. Let me go see. Thanks, Gabriella. Thanks, Karen. I know this is great. Thanks, everybody. Noreen, hopefully Brittany was nice to you this morning. Hey, Mandy. Britt, I did not mean to match you. Hi, Kathleen. Oh, Chica, that's great. Hey, Marina. Hey, Mama Carrie. Hi, Donna. Hi, Emily. Hey, Amanda. Amy, looking good. Thank you so much. Eleanor. Hi, Tamar. Hey, Despina. This is for all those ladies and gents you beat up today. All right. Let's get into that knee position, hip flexor stretch. Go ahead and push into that front knee a little bit. Lift that back arm up. We're reaching up through that back arm, creating that stretch into that hip flexor of the leg that's behind us. So it's not a matter of forcing ourselves forward. It's more a matter of the lift. Everybody twist. Gaze comes over the shoulder. So remember, you can stay here, you go back center. If you want the quad stretch, go ahead and grab the quad. So if you notice from my straight on position, my shoulders are still maintaining a square position. So if you have to contort to get that foot, it's not the right position for you today, that's fine. Wherever you're at, let's get another 15-second hold. So we're either putting focus on your hips, maybe putting focus on your quad, focus on the twist, whatever you've chosen. Go ahead and release that. Guys, I hope you had a great class today. Thank you so much for joining, whether you joined live or whether you're watching this at a later date. We love seeing you guys. Cannot wait to see you back in our studios. But until then, keep us posted. What do you need from us right now? What are your goals? What are you working towards? And how can we help you achieve them? So I hope you all are home, healthy, and safe. And we will see you